just wait a second.
Well, knight e3 could take on
Take that
e4.
takes because I
I
don't.
need to
Take on e4, then go d5.
Yeah. No, but
catch up with the chat.
Maybe queen d2 is good.
As you can hear, the boys are discussing the moves.
Move what?
Well, first of all, can we play d5?
Let me put it in full screen actually. Can I do that?
Also, wait, bishop d4.
but also bishop d5 at knight e6. Yeah, I always have knight e6.
Okay.
No, I mean after d5, bishop b4, knight e6, bishop b5. It's not scary.
Knight g6?
Yeah, just like d4 or something. Because your pieces are completely.
Why?
I mean, just tell me like.
My pieces for sure are, but not completely.
I mean, first of all, knight e3 is already like.
Yeah, I like
I don't know.
d4. D4 looks good.
What will you do?
I see a first message in the chat, but also live on Twitch. Hopefully,
Just d4 and e3.
but at least that's
Yeah.
that was attempted.
Yeah.
Somehow, like, I have seen the worst in the Dutch. I mean, take 25 and just 66. I mean, why it's wrong? You don't lose any materials, you slow
No,
it
it's not
down.
like losing material.
No,
No,
but I
you
mean-
actually do.
Feels bad.
This is fine, I don't know. Seriously. I mean, let me know,
Okay,
like,
still cannot see the
but what's like, what's the big, I mean, it's,
the stream on YouTube.
Okay, just bishop c2, long castle, no?
okay, I do the same. Let's say, so bishop c7, castles, king d8.
Okay, I see it now.
But
I mean,
somehow it feels a
no,
bit
it's hard for
slightly
black to
worse.
play on, like, for something, yeah, unless whites. I mean,
Maybe
it's,
not so bad. but
Can you
it's-
guys hear the sound well?
It's g4 then
I
e4.
don't think, I mean, even one penny worse here. Okay, maybe go g44, that's it, for sure. So what? Why everyone is left? Ah, people already started cooking. Jesus.
What would be something, no?
We have time, okay.
Okay, I think they're about to start.
Okay, so c3? I don't know, maybe. So what was our
Knight
c3?
g3.
Knight g3, okay. So g5 we didn't.
We're streaming their stream for the
Hello,
beginning.
everybody, and welcome back to the Freestyle Chess Grand Slam
Okay.
Tour here in 2025, Paris, France. I don't think that portion of the show will.
We're gonna stop this and gonna go to the main scene. So we're gonna be
Forwards to
watching
them. Of course, I'll read.
Fabi's game. So I have one last thing to do. I need to figure out which one is Fabi's board so I can add it on the screen. Yeah, I see we have the okay, so I see, do we have Fabi? Did we get lucky? Okay, I think they're playing board one. As you can see, we have many angles. I'm trying to figure out which one is their board. Sorry for the confusing stuff, just flexing the stream deck. Well, promise to not be annoying. And here we go, we have moves on the board. Moves on the board, f4, f5, and c3. I have to actually flip this one. We have Fabi with the black pieces, and I'm gonna try to give you some feedback without using the engine, at least in the first game. So that may go either way. We have a mirror so far. I don't know how I feel about the mirror in chess 960. But as long as you're not blundering some bishop capture, the mirror cannot be too bad. Does Fabi have a second for freestyle? I don't know. I think, according to the podcast, he does no preparation whatsoever, which is why he slightly prefers freestyle chess over standard chess, at least currently. So I don't think he has a second, but you know, he could also have and not wanting to reveal. That is always an option. But probably not, if you ask me. If you ask me, that kind of defeats the purpose of freestyle. Although, hey, preparation is a big thing in freestyle as well. I think you can get pretty good just by trying to learn this type of chess alone. You can develop all sorts of patterns. Okay. Still a mirror. Both players have consumed roughly the same time. Christian looks strange today. I know, right? They say chess isn't a stressful game. Here we go. I predict e4 from white. That may or may not be a blunder, though. The beard makes a difference. Yes. I'm predicting something around d4, either e4 or d3. These are the two moves, trying to grab the center. That's what I would try to do as white. Who would I take in the starting position? I mean, it's probably always you pick the side that moves first. I don't see a reason why would you ever pick black, no matter the variant. Okay, knight f2. Not the move I was predicting. Okay, Fabi will do it now. We have to strike in the center. This is what I'm predicting. Play e5. To me, instinctively, it would just be too dangerous to keep mirroring, but it could also just be a meta thing to do in 960. Oh wow, bishop c4. Huh. So I think his idea is to mid d3 with bishop a6. And despite the bishop being restricted by a pawn protected by a pawn on d3, Fabi likes his bishop on that square. And the point is, it's also kind of playing against white's main idea. So white wants to play e4. But now, if you do decide to lock my bishop on a6 with a pawn chain, then whenever you do e4, that's going to increase the strength of my bishop. Because then the pawn on d3 will soften. It's a very interesting concept. I'm saying go d3. I'm going to get a somewhat restricted bishop, but at least you're not going to play in the center if you do want to restrict my bishop. So Arjun hits it in a different way. He goes b3 and then is he looking to play c4? That would lead to a very strange pawn crab formation. I'm predicting something that will restrict this guy on e6. You cannot let him chit chat with the white rook. Wow, knight d3. So far, I don't think I was able to predict a single move. I'm predicting d6 though. D6 actually pretty bad. White is white might genuinely be threatening to play knight b4. So d6, I think the knight will go over there. So let's see. This is gonna be the challenge for the first round. I'm gonna try to predict a single move by the players without using the engine. If we can do that, then I think we're good to go. But seems to be more difficult than I initially thought. Trick is to stop this knight b4 move. If you cannot stop it, then it's not completely out of the question to trade bishop for knight. Although that would be a concession, giving up bishop for knight. Arjun would be fairly happy to see it, I guess. I wonder, can I show you the long shot of the players? Let me just try for a bit. Okay, so bishop d6, stopping that. Bear with me for a second, guys. Here we have them, yes. Oh, it's a little bit delayed. Yeah, I don't know why this camera seems to be a bit delayed. Let me try the other one.
You may start. Best of luck to the players.
These are not cropped properly. Never mind. We will stay to the main screen. Just trying to take advantage of the multiple angles that we have, but looks like that only managed to harm the production. Should be back on the screen, I think. Wait a second, why is it not coming back? I cannot see the players, guys. We lost them. I'm sorry, but apparently when I tried to switch the scene was switched for good. Okay, I think we will just try to fix it in between games, or hopefully it magically appears again on the screen. Apologies for that. But let's try to stick with the position. B6, bishop a3, c5. So we're still in very symmetrical territory. Although, yeah, while I was confused, already we had this knight c5 move. So white is currently having the bishop pair advantage. And might actually be one of those positions where Fabi is planning to move the a rook to d8. I'm pretty sure that would be the legal way to castle. Although the funny thing about freestyle chess is that you can also go into the other side. So a move like pawn to d6, queen d7, and then king on top of your rook will be the way to short castle, I believe. But not sure there's going to be time for that as Arjun tries to open up the position, which would normally benefit the side who has the bishop pair. Although there's a pretty big issue for white as well. The square on d4 is weak. Notice how white is unable to fight for that square with neither of his pawns. So B's knight is definitely considering that. We see e6. Supernatural move for standard chess would be to take, trading a side pawn for a central pawn, because in general central pawns are slightly more valuable than normal pawns. But it seems that Fabi's declining that option, as it would increase the activity of white's pieces after, I would imagine, a bishop capture. So bishop b7, very nice positional move. Notice how the bishop was completely blunted by a pawn protected by pawn. So on this diagonal, hopefully it's going to find a better job. We see knight b5. We still don't have the players. Can we get a player issue fixed? Why can't we have the players on the screen? Let me try to fix that. Reconnect delay. Maybe it should have no delay. Okay. Right, I'm trying to get in touch with Chris about the camera situation. I think it might be off. Although we'll see. Okay, knight to b5. So Fabi's got a small time edge. There is no immediate threat, or at least not one that I can see. Now, instinctively, I would play the move pawn to a6, just try to get rid of that knight immediately. In standard chess, whenever one of opponent's pieces is entering your half, you're normally just supposed to get rid of it. But Fabi is thinking. I would have played the a6 in a second. And he does go for long castle. Wow. Long castle. Right in front of the knight. Somewhat provocative approach. Right. Oh, apparently the camera is gone only for me. Damn it. We need to fix that. I've been trying to refresh it, but so Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what to do now about the camera. I'm just gonna try to fix it after the game. Hopefully, we're gonna manage. Hopefully, we're gonna manage. Apparently, it's only that we cannot recover it. I mean, I mean, I take full responsibility for what goes on stream. But we have some development. So at castle, bold move, pawn to d4. Ah, and look at this. So for the second time, Fabi is refusing to take. I have never seen something like that. So white is placing 2 pawns in the center and black simply refuses to destroy the center. That's a unique approach. We have pawn takes and then recapture towards the center. Taking with the e pawn. I mean, looked fairly reasonable for me as well. Trying to play onto the e file. Maybe I'm just missing something. Could also be that. Have I managed to predict any moves? Not sure. This one doesn't count. I think I would have spotted, but okay. We have a temporary pawn sacrifice as after CD 97 appears to be winning back the pawn. Also, watch out for bishop a6 in the position. Okay, I can bet my house that knight e7 will be the next move. And probably our first guess. How do we evaluate this mess? I think we have to keep into account that white can still castle either way. Knight e7, okay, on the board. So Arjun decides against. Wait. So he's playing for takes and then takes. This is getting very concrete. Bishop a6 could be a major threat with the intermediate move. Bishop a6 takes and then takes on b5. Takes on e8, takes on f1. Probably bishop c6 trying to keep, but then after bishop g2. I have a feeling Fabi is at least not worse in this position. Probably a bit unnecessary to enter all this, however. Maybe a simple bishop takes on d5, seeking unbalance. After knight takes, rook takes, bishop goes into d2. If Fabi could play d5, d4, restrict the dark square bishop, that could be good. While in the meantime, I'm explaining you 10 move long variation. I will try to solve the camera issue. Reconnect delay. Network buffering. Yeah, it doesn't seem that I can loop the source. So Fabi's getting down to the last seconds, but they do get 10 seconds increment each move, I believe. Important decision because bishop a6, I have a feeling it's forcing a draw based on the variation we calculated, and then the alternative bishop d5 is more risky, would be taking us to a position where white has knight bishop against knight advantage. Although if you can shut down that bishop, you could make the argument of playing for a win, but yes. Can we add the eval bar? Why not? I mean, we can, but isn't it interesting to try to understand with your own head what's going on? But you guys are not into that. I've been trying to explain all of these, by the way, without the engine. So I have my analysis turned off. I think we can do it. Too much stockfish is not good for your chess. Wow, Fabi is sacrificing a piece. I mean, a full rook. That is bananas. He's playing for knight e3, rook c2, bishop e4 with a mating net. Damn. I have not seen this one coming. I would have stopped my calculation on the move knight takes on d6 and I would have looked for something else. But rook e2. How about this? Knight takes on f7. Knight e3 is castling a legal move. Could castling long be an interesting idea? I'm not saying it's a good move, it's just that I would be afraid of overlooking that. 93, okay, on the board. How about castling? Castling on the board, we guessed it. Hopefully it's not a great move as we are rooting for Fabi. Oh, the camera is back. The camera is back. That's nice. Okay, our producer is asking for some face cams. If that's what you mean with face cams, this is what we have, Chris. Oh, never mind. Oh, I need to do the settings. Okay, I think I know how to fix them, but we will stick with this. Sorry for interruption. So Fabi is down a full rook, but I think he has at least a perpetual. No, 96 stops the perpetual. The camera keeps disappearing, which is somewhat annoying. Rook h1, bishop d3. Can that be a thing? Looking for checks. Maybe white can simply take. Bishop d3 is not enough. Wow. Fabi cannot collect any material as that would lead to a losing endgame. So he's trying to go all in on the activity. I don't know what to say about this. Rook g1. That looks like a possible repetition. Bishop c1 says no repetition, and looks like white is just having an extra piece. I don't know what happened there. I have a feeling move 16. We can check it with the engine. Recapturing towards the center, I would have played differently, but I don't know how this whole sequence with long castle should have played out. Okay, we're gonna watch this till the end. So king c6 sidestepping the checks. Now knight f7 probably forcing resignation since knight e5 is double attack. Yeah, we have the cameras. They are indeed adjusting the pieces. Oh, apparently taking with the e-pawn was a worse move than I thought because of d5. Of course, Fabi's move was better than mine. And wow, long castle was the best move indeed. And white is winning, sadly. Yeah, these complications were always in control for Arjun, it seems. Rook d1 was still better for white, but not as clear as long castle. Long castle is just crashing. Okay, let's have a look on the other games in the meantime. Do we have other games in progress? Let's go over to Magnus, and this is Magnus board. Do we have oh, this one is a little bit delayed. Let's just stick with the with the chessboard. Magnus is up a knight. But two connected pawns are no joke. It's actually two connected passers on the 6th rank or the 3rd are usually stronger than a rook. So unless white manages to install a knight on b4, then this position could be dynamically balanced or maybe even worse for white. Spoiler alert, I'm not looking at it with an engine. Based on my feeling, I would probably pick black. Despite being down a knight. I don't know, these pawns look quite frightening. Let me try to give you Magnus camera on the screen. Would that be too much? Okay. Looks like we cannot get the Magnus cam on in time. What is happening with these pawns? Rook c4, king b5. Is it a draw? Feels like black should be pushing this to me. Maybe rook b7. Stopping the checks. Okay, rook b7 on the board. I think Magnus might be in trouble. The pawns have made it quite far. Black is threatening a knight promotion. Probably. Although promoting a queen can also work. That would be a funny knight promotion. Kind of fighting against the fork. Yeah, apparently we still have some problems with the cameras. I think I might have forgotten about some settings. How about night promotion? Which, yeah, will be fixed for tomorrow's stream. I have prepared all the angles for the players. It's just that they do become inactive at some point and may disappear from the screen like you see right now, which we will be getting fixed. So knight b1, Magnus manages some sort of blockade, which is pretty crazy, but king b5, wasn't king b5 a move? Wait, why not king b5? There was check. That saves the day. Decides to keep rooks. Crazy position, but I doubt black will ever lose because Vidit can bail out into rook against knight. I mean, rook against rook plus knight, which is an easy draw. As black, your job would be to trade these guys for h2. Then you're pretty safe. We have an interesting question in the chat. Do I enjoy playing chess 960? I gotta be honest, I haven't played it yet. I'm still trying to figure out the main game. But it is interesting. It is an interesting variation. The thing is, I spend so much time on normal chess that for me personally, I'm too attached to it. But it may also be just because I need to rely on my theory and pre-game knowledge rather than my practical skills that are pretty much inexistent. It works like chess, like a chess puzzle. It can sharpen your understanding. It's a pretty abstract way to put it, but maybe. How's this position? I'm betting on a draw. Okay, so Magnus is about to pick up that lonely pawn with the last move. I mean, it's just gonna end up being a trade, so the rest should be an easy draw, like your lovely host predicted. Is this gonna be an easy draw? I think it has to be an easy draw, even with only 10 seconds increment. In the meantime, while the players are blitzing this out, we stay on the game. I can try to fix the cameras. I think we're gonna stay with the game. This is somewhat interesting. It's getting somewhat interesting. Never mind. Chris is asking me to do the technical checks right now. So we'll ignore Magnus for now. Let me try to do the technical job. So this one. Problem is that this one, I don't understand why it has such a delay. Okay, we can see Magnus against Vidit. Or at least we were able to see Magnus against Vidit. Okay, here is the Nepo cam that disappears. Show nothing when playback ends. Oh, look at this. We cut the players. Nice. For a second. It was nice. Mm. Okay, there is nobody in the confessional booth. So you can still see me, but there seems to be a problem with the cameras, and I can't really figure it out. Which one is it? Restart playback. Yeah, I don't know if I am gonna be able to fix it, so uh, let's just stick with the games for now. We have Magnus still trying to play this endgame. I wonder if Fabi's next game started. Looks like they're waiting for the round to finish first. Still predict a draw. Still predicting that draw. I actually had this end game with the knight, with the extra knight once. And I was very disappointed of how I never got even to put my opponent in a time scramble. Like, I was quite happy after swindling worse position into a risk-free endgame that I can push for a win. But the guy just kept playing instantly. He had 2 minutes on the clock, and with 30 seconds increment, he was able to defend effortlessly to the point where he built more than 5 minutes. And the game was drawn quite quickly. Which is why I believe Vidit will hold this, but it's also true that Magnus may have slightly better technique than I do. So let's see. Okay, so on what move did this endgame start? We have to see when was the last pawn swapped. So it was move 87. This means plenty of time to try. Still predicting a draw. It is just very problematic for white to try to even make a frat, because black is either in time to check your king or pin the knight. So when the knight gets pinned, your king becomes immobile. So okay, check is better, but even I think a pinning move was enough and pretty annoying to deal with. I think the guy in my game kept pinning my knight. That made me fairly unhappy. But this is also, of course, good enough. Now stopping the check. The chessboard disappeared. Sorry for that. But it's back. Oh, okay, this is looking good for white. At least there is no immediate check, and you're gonna get cut to the 7th rank. In my game, I was never able to cut my opponent to the 7th rank. So this is progress. I haven't checked the Twitch chat. Are we on Twitch? Let me actually check if this is also live on Twitch. The goal was to go live on Twitch as well, but yes, we are live on Twitch. And I see the 2 comments. Appreciate you guys. All right, so Magnus has about 20 moves to try with the king cut on the 7th rank. This is plenty of time. Managed to get the pressure position very quickly. This is impressive. Okay, now I think rook b1 you want to play, because I'd imagine the technique is to check from the side. There are many ways to hold this position. Instinctively, I would have tried to check from the side, but maybe it's unnecessary. Okay. Predicting rook g3 with idea king f6 and then block the check on the board. Yeah, you have to let him out, Alfred. You cannot really do much to stop it. You have to just hope some miracle happens as white. Mate is flattened, but black can always escape. I'm trying to pinpoint what are the chances mathematically to get a win with 10 seconds increment. Maybe you have like 20%. 20% winning chances and 80% a draw at that level. Although it might not be very accurate. Wait, is this a Zugzwang? It is a Zugzwang. Oh no, Magnus just won. It's a Zugzwang. The 20% rule. No, Magnus just won. He had too much time. Magnus is gonna be very pleased with this. Wow. This is very impressive. I haven't seen somebody squeeze a win at this level in this endgame in a long time. And from what a position. What a position earlier. You guys cannot see the camera, but they just called the arbiter. So Vidit resigns and Magnus pretty happy. To me, it looked like Vidit was winning at some point in the game, but apparently this was a draw with the connected pawns. It felt very dangerous, but Magnus was able to not only keep it under control, but then also convert the rook and knight, which is wild. I'm actually curious about my estimation. I would love to know Fabi's take. What are the chances, realistically speaking, to squeeze out a win in this endgame while playing on increment? Because with time, I mean, no chance pretty much, but with increment, um, let me give out another shot for the cameras. Okay, we have the conversion booth empty, but at least we have that. He's the only one that has something. Oh, never mind. No idea what to do with the cameras. Let's watch the Fabi game. He's about to play the last one that entered the tournament. Nodirberg Abdusatorov, who is replacing Hans Niemann. You know what they say? The guy that's entering last minute will win the tournament. And as it appears, Abdusatorov won his first game against Vincent Keimer. So that saying is always correct. The guy who enters last in the tournament, you know he's gonna win the thing. But I don't recommend you bet on that. It's just saying amongst the chess players. Okay. I think maybe my refresh worked. Let me try it with the other ones as well. Okay, so this one works. Kind of. This one works. Confessional booth. Wait, what is the gimbal doing? No.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we are supposed to watch this camera, so I'm gonna go back to the main. And here we have the players. Okay, let me look at the other angles to see if they are working. Just testing the waters. Okay, I think some games are starting. Is this actually live footage for Kukesh game? Let me check. Oh, never mind. Tricky situation. Very tricky. Okay, they have to draw the next position. I have a feeling. So this is... they cannot be playing from this. That's for sure. Okay, can we see the talk? I want to show you the talk at least. Yes, here at the show. Mix up the pieces a little. Yes, they're working on it, I think. Oh man, I cannot even get to the live commentary. What is this? Okay, we're just gonna hang out in the board. Oh. Yeah, I don't know what to say. We might have to abort the mission. Just too many technical problems, sadly. I mean, We can at least hang out with these. We can at least look at the gimbal. Okay, let's watch the gimbal. We'll just be doing gimbal stream until the camera resumes.
Welcome back, everyone. We just witnessed a thrilling first round with 5 decisive results. We are ready now for round 2.
You guys
and to help me
hear
with
anything,
the
by the
draw,
way?
I would like to welcome to the stage
Yes, I
Eric
think you can
Olivest, the
probably hear
CEO
Fiona.
of chess.com. Thank you, Eric. Give him a round of applause.
I cannot hear the sound. Yeah, now they're going to try.
Well spotted.
Can you hear Fiona? Yeah, you guys can hear Fiona. It's only that I cannot
591.
hear it.
Thank you so much, Eric. The next position, 591. The players will have 10 minutes as usual to prepare. So good luck. And back to studio.
Maybe do something else first. Yeah, because white is
But e4, maybe even a5 already.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
So now we are starting a5.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Yeah, I can. It's not way forward.
Maybe e4 here.
Can you play something like knight d6? With black?
Move one?
I mean, the plan is to go this and then. Probably more joking. No, but if you can get it.
Okay, guys, we will try to get Fabi in the analysis. Otherwise, we go back to the gimbal. Can I restart this? Where are you, Fabi? Why are you hiding from us? I cannot find Fabi. Yeah, I just cannot seem to find Fabi, sadly. Okay, we're gonna go back to the conference booth. Confession. I meant to say confession. Oh no, we don't even have that one anymore. Okay, Gimbal saves the day.
So weird, yeah, this
Yeah, this is very, very hard to play.
F5, bishop d5. Fine,
Yeah. 593.
96.
Let's do
G3,
that.
C4.
b3. Maybe it's very natural to play b4 first. You don't play. To play b3 in order to prevent knight c4 with this pen is maybe.
I'd say it's not.
Okay, but let's try. Let's say g3.
Okay, we're getting Fabi.
And with bishop d4, knight d6, bishop d5.
So what's the answer? I just want to try to understand.
Okay, let's say it's knight d6.
Okay.
Like, no matter what you're going for g4. Okay,
I don't know, knight e4.
this looks sweet. Okay, knight e4.
Maybe castle.
Well, yeah, that's what I was scared about. I mean,
Knight
ranges.
d4 and g4.
Yeah.
c6.
Yeah, it's very hard to judge this.
Okay, that's fun. No.
Well, you were the first game. Yeah.
Knight e4, knight d3. What's the big deal?
Maybe not. No big deal. But bishop h4, knight g6, yeah?
But couldn't we start with bishop f2 just in case? So if knight d6 will play something else? If knight d6 here,
d3, yeah.
but here, let's say.
Maybe after knight d6 we can go d3 anyway. It's big.
Let's say knight d6 now.
I really did like your plan, though. I don't really see what's Mike's response.
Yeah.
g4 no matter what.
Bishop c4,
So
I guess.
d3, bishop c4, charging the knight.
Oh, bishop.
Maybe bishop g1. No, or then g5.
Okay, maybe it's two double edges. Okay, so we start.
Well, the back castle is better. Bishop f2, just not like knight play d4. I could go castle.
Okay, so black should
So let's say
take.
if you take, I go with a rook g1 because it looks like super scary. Where's that rook? Okay, no matter what, I start with g4. Let's say I go like rook d1. G1 can take rook 5. I mean, okay, maybe not so
So
scary.
things are defended.
Yeah.
Yeah,
d5,
this
I don't
already
know,
defended.
could just
Yeah,
be neutral also.
this already defended. Okay. But this is a bit. Can I just exit too much? That's a small concern.
Please come to your tables.
Okay, it's an interesting position.
Yeah.
We are ready for round 2. Players, you may start your games.
Ta-da! We're back. Gonna be going over the game. We're having Fabi against Nodirberg, who's a dangerous guy, as I said, the last one to join. I'm gonna try to actually figure out what desk are they playing at. So I have a bit of a delay, it seems. Okay, this one definitely has delay. Yes. Oh, here it was. The other one. Gimbal is there. Yeah, will be tricky to get a camera. Oh, I'm getting some info related to the cams. VLC source. So maybe it was a... Oh, I see my problem. I see my problem. So it has to be VLC source, but then how do I add the link? Okay, I'm getting some news from our producer. Use the link. What? VLC playlist. Okay. Okay, wait a second. I think I got it. Damn, that didn't work. Yeah, I think we might have to go without the camera for now, or at least can I have the gimbal? Let me put the gimbal on screen. I think the gimbal saves the day. Let me add the gimbal. The desk. You know what? Gimbal saves the day. And then we're back. Okay, what do we have here? Not a mirror. We don't have a mirror this time. Oh, look at this. It's the Fabi cam. Oh, this is beautiful. Can I get it to the main scene? Let me try to get it to the main scene. Please work. Why isn't it working? Come on, Fabi. Okay, the gimbal works. I'll try to get the gimbal on screen. Hopefully the gimbal will magically pop out. But for now, let's enjoy these 4 knights. We do have some 4 knights. With an unprotected bishop. I'd love to play g3, but the bishop is hanging, so do not hang the bishop, please. Okay, I have to say, optically, this looks like a much better position for Fabi with an extra pawn in the center and the move to make. Predicting. What am I predicting? I cannot do bishop f2. He will not allow that. Predicting pawn to c4. With the idea of taking space. Is that a move? Pawn to c4. Oh. Queen e5. Asking some questions. I have a feeling queen e5 was the best move. Not a move I would have made. Wow, queen e5. You cannot go g6. How do you protect? You don't. You don't, but you counterattack f4. Wow. Big counter move. So I think we're gonna close the stream after this game. And we're gonna try to solve the camera issue offline. And then hopefully be back, hopefully. But we'll see if we manage to solve that. Bishop h7. So the idea is to take on d3. I mean, you are regaining the pawn, but you're giving away the bishop. Very chaotic stuff. I would love to play something like knight d5, setting up g3. But I kind of doubt that we ever have time because of f6. Removing defender of the queen, and then the knight is hanging. I really want to activate this bishop. I cannot get my eyes off that bishop, but... Okay, so takes, bishop d3 about to happen. I think he will open up the rook, knight takes on f4. And then I am predicting queen g4. I think we're gonna have that line. Wait, did black actually play bishop e4? I was thinking bishop takes on d3 is mandatory. I was thinking the board just glitched. Can you play bishop e4 just like that for compensation? g6 incoming? Wow. Oof, most natural move for white would be knight f2, try to get rid of the bishop, but then that allows knight takes on f4. So queen g4 is played to protect f4 pawn, so that knight f2 becomes a thing. g6 played very quickly and convincingly by Nodirbek. What's the idea on knight f2? Can I still play that? Could it be f5? Just very annoying play. Okay, bishop f2. Very dangerous position. It just feels like black is more harmonious. Although I have no idea how progress will be made. It's just a feeling that black is harmonious. Also, notice that castling is a possibility for both players right now. I mean, probably less for Fabiano as the bishop is very dangerous on this diagonal, but black would easily play king c8 and then do the long castle. That would be a pretty good move, I think. Although, you know, I'm realizing Fabi with the last move is just preparing short castle, which could actually turn the tables. If you don't have a frat, then yeah, I was actually completely having a blind spot for this short castle idea that I see Fabi is clearly preparing with bishop f2. So he wants to put king on top of the rook and then king teleports to g1, rook to f1. Yeah, I think castle or c3 will happen now. Probably this, and we teleport here. I don't think bishop f2 is ever played with the intent of going bishop h4. I think he wants to go bang. Yes, okay, here it is. It took me an hour to find it, but better later than ever. How do you continue after bishop d4? Oh, we have gimbal on the screen. Opposite castles. Wow. c4. Probably a bad move, but I would go for pawn play. Opposite castles. Okay, the gimbal is back. You have at least the camera on the screen. Wow, h4. h4, very creative. So I think white is preparing king h2 with the idea of finally unlocking the bishop. Wow, that's actually pretty clever. So the problem is if you go g3, bishop is hanging. Therefore, king h2, connecting both rooks to the bishop. So b1 rook also participating. Not that you need it, but giving this guy enough protection before pushing. Okay, do we follow up king h2? Putting king on same file as the rook. Still super complex position. Knight e5. Knight e5. Not really having a frat, but maybe looking to d3, c3 somehow. Or at least move this rook with c3. Or maybe go knight f3. Or maybe just a good move. What else? Wait, what happened? So f5, queen g3, takes. Yeah, this is just a bad position. Yeah, the big tragedy is that all of black's pieces are active, while the bishop on h1 never gets into the game. How did this happen? Queen e5 looked very smart to me, but apparently black just had this cunning bishop e4 idea. I thought he was really going to trade. But then all this initiative ended up being so powerful that it won a piece. At least you guys see the gimbal. The game is not going great, but the gimbal is moving around. Is that oparin? No, I am not oparin. I played with oparin once and got crushed in the Karo card. I shouldn't have spoiled the result. On the bright side, white managed to restrict these pieces with the pawns, but the drawback is our queen is kind of trapped. Bishop g3, probably rook g4 is a natural move, preparing to double up. Last step, oh wow, knight f5. Knight f5 just resigning now. I even missed this. Bishop e4. Oof, cold shower. of rook g2 coming next. Yeah, just I don't know really. Bishop e4, was black better? That was really wow. Okay, so bishop e4, black is just winning. It's just it's how chess 960 works. f5 was the only move to gain an advantage. The rest were just worse. Bishop e4, just close to winning, and the chess saying proves to be accurate for the 100th time. The guy who is the last to enter the event will do very well. So, Nodirberg winning both games. Let's have a look on Gukesh. Let's go over black. Guki apparently pushing Vidit. Another black win. Looks like the position was easier to play for black. Okay, so black just up exchange in this game. Do we have a balanced possession? Also, Eric Gaisi won against Magnus as a result. We do have Hikaru against MVL with few extra points for Hikaru. Okay guys, so I think now we're just gonna take a break and we'll try to fix the technical problems. But the stream will be right back. So stay tuned.